Before we start the video, I'd like to shout out logo.com for sponsoring this video. They have an awesome site where you can buy a bunch of in-game currency and items, including all your favorite Rocket League items. Also, make sure you use code DILLBOBS to get an easy 6% off your orders. Check out the site, there's a link in the description. But for now, enjoy the video.
Yo, what's going on guys, DILLBOBS here and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Now in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the top 10 Dominus decals on Rocket League, in my opinion. So let's just get straight into it. This awesome car design you're seeing on your screens right now is an orange painted version of the decal called Stratum badge. Now this is such a cool decal because it's just so filling on the car. It looks so awesome, and the painted versions, in my opinion, are some of the best painted versions of decals that we've seen. So what you're seeing on your car right now is a non-painted version of this decal, and you can see it's super clean. There are areas on the car that, you know, are covered up by this decal in that nice structured way. It looks really, really nice. And like I said, the painted versions are so cool. You saw with that purple and orange design how awesome you can make your car designs using different painted versions of this decal, and for that reason I'm putting it in this list. It was an RLCS fan reward as well, so it's, you know, worth a good amount for people. So that is the Stratum badge decal. Okay, so doesn't this car design just look so freaking awesome? This golden, white, black, awesome, expensive looking car design. Doesn't it just look so cool? Well, yeah, it does come at a cost. This car design that you're seeing right now is very, very expensive because it is a titanium white Dominus RLCS decal that's in use. But nonetheless, the Dominus RLCS decal is really, really freaking awesome. Even when it's non-painted, it's a super cool decal to use because it's completely covered. Like I said, I really like decals that cover up most of the cars, and this one does it perfectly. And of course, it's an RLCS fan reward as well, so people love to see them because, you know, there's a bit of rarity there. But also, don't worry, the non-painted versions aren't actually that expensive either, so you can definitely go and get your hands on a non-painted Dominus RLCS decal. So that's a reasonable price for such an awesome decal, and like I said, getting the different painted versions will just spice up your car designs even more. But for a Dominus decal, the RLCS decal is so freaking awesome. Alright, now we have the skewered decal for the Dominus, and what you're seeing on your screen right here is a saffron painted version of this decal. Now the reason I really love the skewered decal is, one, it covers up so much of the car, especially at the back there, and then also at the front you have this awesome sort of design streaking to the back of the car. But also, when you get a painted version of this decal, you can make a 3-color combination that, you know, doesn't actually look bad. It looks really, really clean, as you can see I've done with red, yellow, and orange. And if you've been a fan of the channel for a while, you know that I'm a big fan of triple color combinations on car designs. So of course I'm gonna love the skewered decal because it does look so clean, and like I said, it's just a super clean decal overall. There isn't too much I can say to justify that other than just look at it with your eyes, guys. Look how nice it looks. And then the non-painted one is pretty self-explanatory. It's just 2 colors, and right here, you know, we can just see how nice it looks, especially when you use a white accent color. You just get a lot of the car colored white, and that's what a lot of people like. Being able to color the car in the secondary color as much as you can is really good because the accent color has the most customization to it. You can pick any color across that entire spectrum, and you're not locked into just the red or blue team colors, which is really, really awesome, and that's why I really like the skewered decal for the Dominus. Alright, now this next one is a rare decal called the Dominus Tsuji, and it's super cheap and it's super awesome. Now the Dominus Tsuji has been around for a very, very long time on Rocket League, and if you are a long-time Rocket League player, you will know about this decal. Now in my opinion, this decal is so awesome when you pair it up with the right colors, because it's like all this graffiti, these streaks of paint looking really, really awesome. It's super sharp, and the best thing is it fits the look of the Dominus so well, because the Dominus has so many sharp sort of edges to it, and so does all the text that's sprayed on this graffiti style car design. Now what you're seeing right here is a titanium white version of the Tsuji decal, and as you can see, when it is painted, those streaks along the bottom become painted. So what you want to do normally is match the painted color of your Tsuji decal with the painted color of your Dominus. just like I have here, and you can see they fit together so perfectly to make the Dominus look really, really cool. And then from there on, you can choose any sort of colors that go well in any sort of paint finishes, and you'll have a super, super menacing looking car design. And obviously, when it is non-painted, then those streaks along the bottom become the same as your accent color, and also using any primary color along with a black accent color will always look good with the tsuji when you pair it up with some, you know, similar colored wheels. And in turn, you have a super, super clean looking car design, and there's so much to work with this decal. You can change the colors so much and make the right car design for you. I've seen so many different car designs with this decal, it's insane. So really, just get yourself this decal. I mean, it's extremely cheap, and go wild. Go wild with the colors and see what you come out with. Just like a real graffiti artist would do if they were spray painting this car. Now, next up we have an animated decal. It's a very rare decal, and it's a very, very awesome decal. I'll tell you that, because the animation on this decal looks exactly like something you'd get in a black market. It's fiery, but it has this snakeskin looking pattern on the front, which makes sense because it is called snakeskin. But I really, really love this. The best thing about this decal is the colors that you actually get out of it are so different to anything else you sort of see on Rocket League. It's almost as if it's its own black market decal, trust me. And a really, really popular design for the snakeskin decal is to get your primary color and get your accent color matching as much as you can, because then you get this effect where your whole car is one color, which you're seeing on screen right now, so it doesn't look really awkward. The stripes on it don't look that awkward, and then at the back you get this flamey snakeskin effect. It's really, really awesome, and it works for both orange and blue team. Everybody uses it like that, and everybody seems to love it. So the snakeskin decal, there's not much more to say about it other than it's one of the coolest and most original animated decals on Rocket League, and luckily they have it for the Dominus, where it looks really, really, really cool. Now, this is the Vector decal, and it is also a very rare animated decal. And what we see on this decal is a very simple plain base color with a pattern on it, sort of like stripes that are flashing across the car in a synchronized sort of beam. And this does pair really well if you use the right kind of colors with the right kind of wheels. And what you're seeing is stellar inverted wheels being used with this decal, because the animation on stellar inverted wheels has the same kind of thing. It's got the lights spinning around the wheel, so it pretty much matches up with the light on the decal. So what I'd suggest is finding wheels like the stellar inverted wheels which flash like that when you're making a Vector car design. Other than that, there is not much to say about this decal. If you like the look of it, then go ahead and purchase it. It should be very, very cheap and very, very nice and clean to use. It's not too, you know, chaotic. It's nice and simple, and it's nice and subtle, and I think a lot of you guys would definitely like to use the Vector decal. Next up, we're back to the rare decals. This is obviously going to be a super cheap decal, and it's called the mdga. Now, similarly to a lot of other decals in this list, we're picking it because it's super, super clean. It takes up a lot of the car, and there's a lot of different shapes, and there's a bit of originality as well in this sort of shark that's at the front of the car. Now, I believe that's a shark, but it could really be anything at this point. But it does look super, super clean, and that's the point I'm getting at here. Now, this is the non-painted version, which is just red and black, because I've chosen those colors, and even then, it looks super, super clean. And this decal is really, really good for making a fixed one sort of color combination. So using it with one primary color and a black accent color works wonders with this thing. But also, when you paint this bad boy, there is a lot of area that becomes painted, and it can be used to make some really, really fancy looking car designs just by using a few colors that, you know, work well together. For example, here, white and black work really well together, and then we just used a blue primary color, which was awesome, and it makes a super, super clean looking car design. Like I said, for a rare decal, this thing is super, super clean looking. I really like it. Now, what you're seeing on your screen is the rlcsx Dominus decal, but what you're seeing is the titanium white version because it looks so badass. Now, this is quite a new fan reward on Rocket League, so its price isn't actually too high, which is really, really awesome. And yeah, the best thing about this decal is it's just super clean. It's very, very simple, and I mean, there is not much I'm gonna say about this decal. You can use your eyes to see how nice it looks, and in my opinion, it works best with, you know, a very minimal minimalistic style car. Don't try and make it too hectic. Just use some plain colors. For example, red, white, and black is really good. Or if you have the non-painted version, just use red and black or red and white, and it will look really, really good. Trust me, using simple colors with this decal will make it look better. And that's all I'm going to say for this decal, because you can see how clean it looks. Another decal we're going to be looking at is another fan reward, quite an old one. It is called rlsports. Now, the rlsports decal cannot actually come painted, which makes it a bit easier for me to talk about here. You can see it on your screen, and it looks super cool because it's so big. It takes up so much of the car. It's really emphasized, and it covers across the entire car with the color that you select. And in my two examples here, I chose white and black as the primary and accent color because, in my opinion, it looks best with those two colors. And yeah, that is all I can really say about this decal. It just looks really good, and you just got to choose two colors that make your car look cool. And finally, guys, to wrap up this video, we have the royalty decal. And before this video finishes, could you guys let me know down in the comments below which decal you think should have made this list that didn't? Because I know you guys definitely have your own opinions, and you know, to me, they actually do matter, and I enjoy reading the comments, and I really do enjoy listening to what you guys find as your favorite decals for certain cars on Rocket League. But this final decal is a rare decal called Royalty, and honestly, it does look very, very sort of expensive in terms of when you look at it from above. It looks like some designer brand. It's got the crown on it. It does look very, very fancy, and that's why I tend to use it with an anodized paint finish as the accent color, just to make that logo shine really, really well. And what I've actually done for these car designs is I've used sun damage as my primary paint finish because it makes the car darker, which allows this golden sort of glow and this diamond sort of glow to actually become more obvious. Now, I'm sure there's other paint finishes out there that you can also use to make the primary color darker, but that's an effect I've gone for here with these two car designs. But yeah, that is a selection of, guys, my top 10 Dominus decals. How did you find it? Like I said, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite decal is for the Dominus. And if you want to know what my top 10 decals are for the Octane, then click right there on that card that you see. Shabam, it's on your screen. It should be. Hopefully I didn't forget. You can click that, and if you haven't seen it, you might enjoy that as well, if you did enjoy this one. So guys, that's it from me today. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.